Well, hello there. Hello, Bob. How's it going?
Oh, it's going the same way it was a few minutes ago when you visited me in the backyard. Everything
Okay,
is just
that
fine.
makes sense. Uh, just letting everybody know at the moment we're having issues getting Richard Hopkins connected to the show. For some reason, it's not working. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get him on. And if you're here just to watch him, I apologize. But it is what it is. We know yesterday was Memorial Day, so things can happen. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I try to get a it was I've been trying to get in contact and I've been unable to get into contact. So I don't know if something happened. So if he comes in, fantastic. He'll just jump on. If not, if there's somebody else in the chat who's is a true flat earther who doesn't mind coming on with us, kind of talk flat earth because the show is called Journey to the Center of the Flat Earth, and right now I don't have a true blooded flat earther on the
Yeah.
show. So I apologize. So, but like I said, he still might be able to get on. If he does, great. If he don't, Bob, what do we say in Hollywood? The show has to go on, right?
Show goes on. Yeah. I mean, we've had shows by ourselves hundreds of times. I just enjoy the company of other people that come on and get their input, especially with a flat Earth issue. I mean, I know enough now from getting information from all the great shows. I call it the Brian supported shows. I can only go. I trust one person to watch his, and then from his, I go out to the ones that are trusted. A lot of ones are just kind of wacky do, and I've learned a lot from them. I mean, pretty much basic information, not too basic, but when it comes down to like how the sun and the moon rotates on its particular way, how it they've got all that in science, man. I mean, that's why a flat Earth people, when they come at you, they're not idiots. They've got numbers. They've got a whole scientific method behind everything that they're supporting. That's why it's good to have the ones that with the data come on the show. I always like to hear the data repeated over and over again.
Exactly. Kind of because let's be honest, when I first even thought about flat Earth, what was it, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
I guess we had Mike from the Chiquita on. He talked about it. I'm like, flat Earth? Wow, that's okay. Because I'm not trying to sound like I'm an idiot or anything, but I never gave the time of day to even think about it in the past. I really didn't. I don't want to be on here and lie and say I always thought about it. Truth is, I never really thought about it until 6-7 months ago when Brian Staveley himself jumped on, talked flat Earth with us, sent me some information. Data, and then the information is coming in like, this is plausible. I mean, it's just plausible as anything you that you hear already, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because if you think about science, Bob, you went to college.
Yeah.
Let's just use Republicans, Democrats, whatever. Just to use on both sides. They could take science to make their conversation more true than the other side. Then the other side can take science and use it to make it sound more credible than the other side. So there's always science on both sides that you could manipulate science to make your truth to come across. You really can. Yeah. But you can't fake what you see with your eyes.
Exactly.
I mean you can't. I mean, you can't. Like you said, Bob, you flew. When you look out there, all you see is straight. When I look, you and I used to go camping all the time. Yeah. We're on the highest mountains. With our own eyes, I mean, everything looks flat. Am I trying to tell you that's enough to convince you? No, but it's the only real thing you can really judge things with is with your own body, your own eyes.
Yeah, and I always make sure I separate. I always tell people I separate this. Make sure I always see what I remembered from what we're going to call. I don't want people to get insulted out there. I'm just going to use the labels that were given to us in fucking false education school. So Sagittarius arms, what we called it. I'm just going to use it as a marker. Sagittarius arm is a place that I'm not at anymore. I'm not there no more, Toto. I'm here on Orion Spur, the other word we're using from a constellation that we're looking up at now. Again, don't use those references. Well, I have no choice. For people that are simpletons like myself that came from that field, I use those references. So now that I'm in Orion Spur, the evidence is overwhelming in favor of the flat Earth, as in back home. And I didn't research it. That's another thing. I didn't research flat Earth back on Sagittarius Arm. There was no reason to. Over here, because I was content with what I saw with the sun and the yellow sun and the moon was always where it was supposed to be, right on the fucking mark. I had no reason to question anything ever. But over here, where the moon playing its fucking dancing fucking game, or it's not where it's supposed to be at certain times, that I have done science. I have got a telescope, and I had marked a large window that I was looking through a window, and I put little stickers. And another person that I know that has the Mandela effect in England also put stickers and dates and times on spots where the moon was with the telescope, marked it. And then to have it disappear, not in that spot, and it's another complete different area for no reason, throws the data fucking way wacky. And then you have another a light source, a glittering, flashing light source that makes no sense doing that. It didn't do that before. Just a few of inches away from the fucking moon crest that's in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So,
I like what like Scott said here. What about the out of body and the interviews with aliens that says it's round? I'm not disputing that at all. And I liked what he said here. I'm open to flat or round, but flat makes more sense. And I kind of, and that's true. You and I, listen, I offer myself to NASA to send me up to space. They have not taken me up on that offer yet. And I want to go. I want to see things with my own eyes. I want to see everything around. Because, Bob, like you said, we were growing up in school. Yeah. Do you remember in school when at one time in life, we thought that Christopher Columbus was a great man?
Yeah.
In school, you're taught that this man wanted to find the United States. He wanted to find land. He was doing it because he wanted to explore the world. He wanted to prove stuff. Then he found out later in life that this man was a murderer. He brought diseases. He killed Indians. He was doing it for spices, for money, and he was nothing but a pirate.
Gold.
But in school, how did that information was never there until later in life? It's like what happened in the 40s, 50s, 60s? They decided, hey, let's keep Christopher Columbus a secret so we can have a holiday. You know what I mean? So you can say that anything you learn in school is that same way. You don't know what's true or what's not.
You don't know anymore.
NASA landing. We learned to respect that. We wanted to beat the Russians.
Yeah.
But then the question, is that real? But Bob, say tomorrow.
Yeah.
The government comes out. The government comes out and say, guys, we're sorry. We lied to you your whole life. The earth is flat. Would you consider that as the biggest conspiracy in the history of mankind if they came out and said, dude, we lied, we're sorry, the earth is flat? Is that the biggest conspiracy ever?
I would think I would be number two, only out of respect for God, to say that there's number one for me is that there is no God. Number two is the earth is flat. The earth is flat, and or we know now there is. Okay, we'll do the opposite. We taught you guys there was no God, but we're going to let you know there actually is a God now, and also the earth is flat. And there's no such thing as extraterrestrials coming from planets and other solar systems. They're actually coming through interdimensionally. They found out they came in interdimensionally. We're letting you guys know that too. So that's what they need to start saying. Give you the entire spiel of. I think you got feedback here. The entire truth spiel, but we're never going to hear that. That's not going to happen. I can tell you right now that won't happen. We're going to have to fight for that information and just know it. Almost become separatist in the fact that you know it. Like, come on, man. The math isn't there anymore. I'm not seeing the evidence for it. I'm not seeing any of the evidence for what you're saying. Obviously, somebody from way back when wrote down that is a firmament and it separates the waters. Now, when I like to tell people, is there a fantasy of going into space? Yeah, I think maybe if we get past the barrier of who knows what it's made of, people are saying it's rock. But then you go into space. Now, space to me isn't a vacuum anymore, Toto. It's freaking water. So you're going to go into H2O and whatever it's made of, whatever its composites are, maybe salt. I don't know what's in it. But there is a space, but it's water. I don't know how to get into it. I don't know if it's possible to get into it. I don't know if there's a gel up there. I don't know we're ever supposed to go into it without puncturing a fucking hole into it and causing a mass flood. I mean, maybe somebody in Babylon built the fucking rocket. That's what the Tower of Babel was. The Tower of Babel, it could be depicted from the simpletons as a building with multiple different people from all over the world, but maybe it could have been a ship. Now, maybe the Tower of Babel could have been a ship and God destroyed it for a reason. It's the same reason why you keep shooting down fucking rockets. You ain't going anywhere. You send a couple, I know, based off the ship that I was on in the United States Navy, USS Blue Ridge, LCC-19, we launched balloons. With my own fucking eye, I saw balloons being launched. These are military balloons. These are large, circle, like clear, it's a clear tinfoil-like textured disc. It's silver and bright, and they can be launched into the fucking upper sphere. You can do multiple of them. If you want to, people say, well, I see satellites. Well, no, you see a balloon. And I can tell you 100% that's a fact, because when we were on the ship, we would take the binos and look up, and it was cool to watch the balloon in the upper sphere. You watch the balloon.
You know what, Bob? You know how you just talk about satellites?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Voynich is jumping on with this. Let's do this. Out of respect for Richard Hopkins that couldn't make it on, he does have a 3-minute video that's called Understanding Your World Satellites, Episode 1.
Okay.
It's 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Let me play that video, and then maybe you, Voynich, and we could talk about what he said about satellites in that video. Would that?
Yeah, I want to hear what he says. I want to hear that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I apologize that he couldn't come on, but he's having some internet connections. We couldn't connect, so I apologize. But out of respect, oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's my bad. That's my own video of this show. But no, we're top notch, baby. We're top notch. Here we go. Chrome tab. Let me find it. Here it is, Mr. Drive. Okay.
Cool.
So this is. So let me. Let me get it bigger.
Oh my God. You guys, are you serious about this?
These are ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here we go. I must have my fault. Understanding the world in 5 minutes or less. Episode 1.
There are literally thousands and thousands of broadcast networks out there for your consumption of data, whether on computer, live stream, or traditional networks. Your cell phone and all the data that's done there. All of this is made possible by satellites, or at least that's what you've been told. But is that the truth? Are all these massive communications around the world available to you because we have satellites in outer space? Let me offer the following. Did you know that depending on your source, between 97 and 99% of all communications worldwide are done through undersea cables, which are all located on Earth? Did you know that?
And there is undersea cables. That is true.
Because you work for the cable company.
Yes, that is a fact.
This satellite crashed into a farm in Michigan. Notice the red cable to the left. This is where it is tethered to a balloon, which is up in the tree at the time of this shooting. We're seeing these satellite crashes all over the world. You don't hear about them much, do you? Here's just another example of one that fell in another open area. We have seen these in all different places around the world, and they always have a tether to a balloon. Why would there be a balloon in outer space with these satellites? And if there is no balloon, how did they fall all those hundreds of miles and not be damaged?
Of course.
Not either.
That is true. They should burn up, right? In theory.
Even little people like me and you could verify that there's an issue with what we've been told all our lives about satellites. Actually, there is. This is near where I live in Tempe, Arizona. And as you can see, it is quite the city with all kind of obstructions, trees, houses, you name it. So it's harder in a big city like Tempe, Arizona, to be able to actually see different satellites or have a device access satellites in the sky, especially a device that may need more than 2 or 3 satellites to use GPS navigation, for example. What kind of product that many people have we can use to test this theory out, that satellites are not what we were told? Well, here's an example right here. This is a typical drone that uses GPS technology that is supposedly only available through satellites. I've got one like this, and it says it needs 8 satellites to be able to locate where it is and use the GPS function. In the city of Tempe, in a park with all kind of trees all around, buildings, houses, etc., the GPS on my drone has no issues at all finding 8 quote-unquote satellites. But what happens when we go to an open area? That should be even much easier for the drone to find satellites for GPS navigation, correct? Here in the Salton Sea, California, there's absolutely no overhead obstructions, yet the drone will not be able to find any satellites for GPS navigation. Question everything.
Correct.
Cool. Let me get that off. So that, you know, that is interesting. That something.
Your face is your money maker.
Oh shit!
What you
Hold
put
on.
It says a lot about you.
Commercials. Let me get that off. So, but that is interesting, right? I mean, if you really think about it, everything that's supposed to come back in the atmosphere, you know, you see on TV and movies that it burns like a big old flame and burn like it's almost going to melt it. Yeah, why aren't the satellites like melted? Because they're not heavy duty metal like the space shuttles, correct?
Well, radioactive. They'd be radioactive. Anything comes in from space. That's why I always laughed about some of the meteorites that come in and meteorite collectors. I said, well, if you take the Geiger counter, it's supposed to be radioactive. It's being exposed to pure radiation, so it should be radioactive. And if these things falling down, technically, if they fell down around your house area, and you got a bunch of kids playing outside, technically they're being exposed to radiation. You know, it's nothing. There's nothing. It's not panning out. And again, back to my old ship, I saw the balloons go up. You could do multiple balloons, and now I look back, and Eric, I've got the insignia to my ship. It includes a satellite. You want to see it? No, I put it on. I put it on mine. I could try to do a share of mine. Let's see if it'll come up. I don't know. I might have to send it to you. I'm not sure how that works. Let me see. Okay. Let's see if it'll come up. And I'll click it, or you have to click it, I think is what it is.
Okay, let's see here. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
there it is.
Now, if you guys look that's my old ship, the USS Blue Ridge LCC-19. And if you guys see above there is a satellite. It's a communications intelligence ship. So we had a satellite. Now, let me say this. That patch is true. Let me say again, the patch is true because it doesn't say satellite. And I told you again, I was a witness. We did launch balloons. That is in the shape of a balloon, so it's not lying to you. The balloon goes up, and it is attached to a large. I'm not going to tell you the technology. I'll go to fucking prison. But it's attached to some technology that goes up with it. And yes, it can be used, as Eric would talk about, in a relay. Eric, you know all about.
Yes.
Yes. So Eric could explain to you probably the technology that would be attached to it. It's exactly how it looks in this patch. That's how it would look. That's how it looks, guys. It is a big ass silver, and it has sometimes they have these arms that protrude out from them for some reason, and they even have some of them even have attachments where they have it's the solar panels will be attached to them. They'll bring it like basically it's a mini satellite with a balloon bringing it up. So the ship launched these. Now, why would we launch these if the number one ship in the fucking Pacific on this fucking back of a turtle can't just simply access a satellite? Well, there's a little because of privacy reasons and people hacking into the it's the safest way is just to launch your own balloon satellite up. Well, okay, there's your answer then. If that's where it's going to go, we launched our own satellites with balloons. Fact. That's a fact, Jack. So people saying, "Oh, no, there's no balloons up there. There's satellites." No, I'm gonna tell you right now, bullshit. I saw it, and now I look back and I'm thinking to myself, the whole fucking time there were no satellites. They were all balloon launches, which Roswell now makes sense. We had the Roswell balloon. They gave you the truth of the balloon. There was no fucking alien ship. It was actually a balloon. It really makes sense now. The Roswell. The Roswell, there was a spaceship. Maybe the interdimensional.
But Bob, how about this number 19 after LCC? Again, this number 19.
I know.
What the fuck, dude?
No, remember,
what did you do?
Remember LCC. Yeah. C's 3, 12, 3.
I didn't even want to mention that.
I already knew that.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. It shocked me too. It fucking shocked me too. I would happen to be on the ship. Now remember, this ship was also in the Wuhan fucking Wuhan games too. The Wuhan games 2 months before the virus broke out.
Yeah.
So in Wuhan, in this timeline. So my ship was in a lot of we were in a lot of secret stuff, but now I'm looking at there's more than what I fucking.
But you
know.
cannot say anything. You cannot say anything about it. I mean, that's
can't say anything about
secret.
Guess what, guys? You know what I did real time just now?
What's that?
On air, I changed the thumbnail and put Voynich's face on a body trying to get into the center earth, and I changed the title. I changed the title of the show to "With Voynich."
There you go.
Just so you guys know, Voynich is getting credit. There you are, Voynich. You are now in the thumbnail.
Again, no disrespect to our host that was was supposed to come on. Anything could have happened, guys. It was a holiday weekend. Even I forgot about it. So I could be locked up, could be out fishing. Probably the first time he got out to do some crazy stuff. We just forgot all about it. So people do that all the time. I'm not going to put anybody down.
Voynich, you tell us, what do you think about the satellites? What do you think of that video?
Here we go.
About that video, I mean, what can you deny about that video? That's how satellites are made, and that is what satellites are. They're satelloons. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
And also, as you can see in the patch that Bob just showed us, you can see a lightning flash going from the tower to the balloon and from the balloon to the ship.
Yep.
It's very clear, right?
Yep.
So that's why you kept on launching balloons, just to keep in contact. Simple as that.
I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that at the time. I was a kid and I believed in satellites. I believed in the moon. I believed in all the stuff that was told to me. And now it's plain. It's simple. It's in your face.
If you launch a balloon, like you can go anywhere. If you launch a balloon every 300 or 500 miles, you can just go anywhere. You just need to know where the balloon goes. But that's easy. Once you know it, it's going to be easy.
I recovered them. I was in with a small crew. We had to go recover them. It could be 3 a.m. sometimes. But you have a big, you've been on a boat. You've been on a boat, so you know what I'm talking about, Voynich. You get out there with your big old rod, and you're pulling. It's got a big hook on the end of it, and we pulled it in, and it floated. So you pulled it in. You pulled this big ass balloon in, and you pulled him up onto the boat. You pulled all the bits and pieces and everything to the boat with our bare hands. Now we had gloves, but there was no radiation threat. We would have known that there was no radiation. There's no rad going. So it was not in anything dangerous. Pulled it up, took it back to the ship, and just gave it to the IS as the intelligence department, and they did what they did with it. But I was part of the recovery crew for picking up balloons. And sometimes they're in water.
What age were you? Because you said you were still a child, so your beard was just a little bit shorter than that. 23 and up. It's early 20s. Yeah.
I went to college before I went to the Navy, so I couldn't. I dropped out of high school. I was a high school dropout. I had a GED. So in order for me to go into the military, I needed equivalent to a high school diploma. So I had to go to college for a little bit to get enough credits to what would equivalent to a high school diploma, which I'm to this day, I'm fucking thankful my life went that direction because I got to go to college before I went in the Navy. And then I got to go to college after the Navy. From what I saw in the Navy, and then I got to put it to principle and paper after the Navy, I could tell people 100% there are balloons being launched. But at the time, I thought there was satellites. I didn't think anything other than a short-range communications bounce-off system. But now I know way different now. Way different. I need to be careful because I'm going to have some guys knocking on my door pretty soon.
So this picture right here is from Richard Hopkins. He has a website, and he has a picture when Richard was asked to explain the one regarding how Krebs, I don't know, fucking rays indicated that the sun is below the horizon. According to the prior, rays triangle logic, he could not see. He deleted our question. So there are actually two rainbows here in below the picture. See the faint one above the primary bow?
Yeah.
But there's always more than one rainbow. There's always more. I never seen one rainbow. There's always a second one.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
And there's usually there's even a few inside of the most visible rainbow. There's a few inside and a few outside. I never made a hobby of it counting them, but I know I've seen several. You know, if the picture would be bigger and you would have more contrast, you would probably see another one outside of the second one.
Yeah, I think I saw
this picture is just fucking amazing. It's not the sun shining from there. This is something else.
What is that? What is that? That's something bright.
These are not sun rays.
Yeah, what is that? I
know it looks weird. It's like, you know how at nighttime they got those big old lights, they shine in the air on purpose so you can find them. It's like they're doing that during the day. There's like a bunch of beams are coming from one location.
But that's impossible. You try to shine a light that shines brighter than daylight and makes this effect. I dare you. Do it.
It's like the Batman. It's like the Batman emergency signal.
Yeah, but Batman shines at night and not during daylight. This is surely almost impossible.
Yeah, wait a minute though. You know what? Hey, okay, Voynich, man. That looks to me like the Dutchland areas, dude. That looks like the Netherlands. That doesn't it, right?
No, it looks more like Denmark.
Okay,
more like Scandinavia, because Scandinavia has like these red wooden barns, just like America does actually. Red barns make.
But I'm wondering if it's coming around that CERN area. You know what I'm talking about, where CERN's at? I wonder if it's coming around that area. I think it could be,
but it doesn't look like Switzerland. Not at all.
Okay. No. Okay.
No, it's more like it looks like Denmark or Sweden.
Because heavy magnetics would do that. Magnetics would do that because it would interfere. It would move the particles. It would vibrate the particles to the point where they become warm, and they would light up. It would light, it would light up. So I'm wondering if it's around the CERN area. When they fire it up, it also vibrates all the particles around the area. That big circle is underground, but above it would also have a residue. It would vibrate the particles above it. You would have a glowing lamplight.
I never seen anything like that picture that you just showed.
I'm just doing a guess.
Yeah. Look at this one. This one here on his webpage. It says magnetic. Where's the words? Magnetic pull North Pole is moving dramatically.
Yeah, that I've witnessed. Yeah, I always joke about two different types of people: the people that are aware and the people that are awake. Some people that are kind of like going through the changes. I've saw the goddamn globe just tilt.
What about this one?
In real time, just tilt and tilting. It continues to tilt.
He's got a picture of 1999 and 2019.
Wow. Yeah.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Two magnets plumes play a game of tug of war with the Earth's magnetic North Pole caught in the middle. Source.
Wow. It reminds me of a compass. Something's just moving inside the back of the turtle, and it's just moving north to a different direction. It's already in a vastly different direction. I don't know where the hell we are.
Look at this. Okay. Now look at the scale. Turn it back. Look at the scale. What's in the fucking middle? 33. I mean, why does it go from 18 to 1 and then to minus 16? Come on. Fuck that.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I like how it's 19, also 1919. 1999.
And 19 on the other edge, and 16, which is also 19. Fuck that, dude.
Well, people always make fun of Prince, Now I look back and I was like, Prince made that song in 1999. We're gonna party like it's, party like it, and then the sky's gonna be purple. And I was in Europe, and the sky was goddamn purple for several nights.
A pregnant magnet woman. I love that.
The skies were purple, and it was like 19. I'm like, what? This is like not coming true. Prince, did you call this out or what? This is crazy. Back to the 19 again. Love the 19.
You call coronavirus fake. Oh, that's the corona.
I only came on because you guys said you're gonna do flat Earth. Next thing you know, you're talking about satellites. So
we don't know.
I had to come on. Are you kidding? I had to come on. So.
Well, we couldn't get a hold of our guest that's supposed to come on today. So, like Bob said, let's just do the show. Let's just move on.
That's fine. I don't mind. This show always goes wherever it goes. So
yeah.
But it's fascinating too. Now you guys are all talking about North, and I met someone. I think it might have even been from your show. And I've been talking to him now because he was researching North, and I think I was here because I was talking about Africa.
Yeah,
and there's something going on in Africa, and we need to put our researchers on it because they're not talking about it. All we think is there is just wild animals, deserts, and starving people, and there's something else going on there. That one president supposedly was from Kenya. There's a very rare stone called tanzanite, which only comes from Tanzania. There's another rare stone called Savarite. It has a TS in front of it. It only comes from the Savo Valley. This is all in Africa. And this guy told me, I'm sorry?
No, what's the composition? I mean, give me a gist, because you're a rock guy. I'm a rock guy. Give me like the bottom line. Is it metallic? Is it high silica? What are we talking about? What's weird about that?
Tanzanite, it's purple. It's a zoisite. It's very soft stone. Savarite is a garnet. It's a green garnet. It's a very rare stone.
Okay.
And now don't forget the Kimberley Big Hole is out there. That's where they had all the diamonds.
Yes.
Since this was my past life was, I'm sorry?
And where they buried those diamonds too, right?
Yeah, and in my past life, this is what I did, and I took gemology school, and I learned about all this stuff. So, of course, like everything else, my wife was a nurse, and she's realizing like everything she learned in medicine was a lie, and now I'm learning everything I learned was a lie, and I'm starting to question some of these stories. So, like the big hole in Kimberley, there's pictures of it. It just looks like it goes down forever. And now, since this researching, I realized we've only dug down, 8 miles total?
That's it, yeah. I think 9 was in Russia. I think Russia did 9 miles, and it was too hot or something like that. That's what they said.
So all of this is, I'm questioning it all, of course. I mean, I used to sell meteorites, which now, I had a guy come out, and he had a X-ray gun. and my meteorite is mostly, I think it was mostly iron, and I have to look it up again. But and there was another stone, moldavite. It's a green glass that supposedly comes from this one valley where a supposedly giant asteroid hit. Wow. So all these stories, I don't know what's going on, but there's something going on in Africa. Toto tried to tell us in their songs. And this book that I have, this World Atlas from the 20s, it shows landmass in North Pole. And there's another thing that on the Chariot of God's book, it actually shows Africa as the center of the North Pole.
Interesting, because everything was out of Africa. In anthropology, we're out of Africa. Everything came out. Well, Africa at one time was a heavily plushed, heavy forested place, which gave us a lot of. I've already talked about the oxygen theory about with the piranhas, the little piranhas with heavy oxygen. Little piranhas exploded so big they had to get a new tank for it. This is at the University of Washington when they did experiments with the piranha with the heavy oxygenated water, because they come from a low oxygen rich water in the up in the Amazon with very low oxygen. When given a lot of oxygen, they explode in size. So a lot of fossils, whatever you want to call them, are found in Africa that are large, and there's a lot of carbon, which is the diamonds. A lot of that black carbon, that's why
I haven't been able to get any kind of verification. It's so far now just a tall tale.
Yeah.
A guy knows a guy in prison. That's how it goes. And his story is he lived in some area in Africa, and they literally would find diamonds like along the beaches.
That's what I heard.
I can't guarantee that yet, but I will tell you this. The Kimberly family, De Beers rather, the De Beers family spent a lot of time and resources, obviously in the Illuminati, to keep the control of diamonds and the price of diamonds.
I didn't know about that.
There was an argument throughout the jewelry industry my entire life was, well, if they didn't do this, the price of diamonds would just go crazy. One day it'd be 100, and the next day it'd be 1,000, and then it'd be 100. So they did it for a good reason. That's the story. But on the other side of the coin is they obviously manipulated the market, and maybe because it's not as rare as we're told, and it's
not rare.
The reason they try to keep us, quote, out of Africa. I mean, all the movies we see of Africa, including Out of Africa, which I didn't see, but I know of it. I mean, it's all about there's just wild animals out there. That's all you need to see. What if there's just, my wife has found already on some maps and stuff, because she loves doing Google Maps, like beautiful waterfalls and canyons and forests and stuff that I never knew were in Africa, because they always just show it as a desert with hyenas eating like a slow pygmy child. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They don't show you the Congo and all the other, and a lot of those. Well, remember, out of Africa, we're even seeing that. I joked about it. The new species, which is a Mandela effect, the new species of primate, which was related to the. In fact, we're supposed to be 98.9 whatever percent the same as the Bobono monkey. I've talked about that. Which is a whole new species of chimpanzee that I've never heard of.
Bonobo, not Bobono.
Well, I call it the Bobo.
I like it though.
The Bobo monkey. I call them the Bobo monkeys, which are they use bisexuality to get what they want for food, influence. There's no violence. They don't hurt each other. They don't do anything but make love. That's all they do is these damn monkeys. And then it came out of nowhere. They came out of the jungles of Africa. All of a sudden, they exist. Never heard of them. And I talked about they have the fucking cure for AIDS, according to the literature. They're immune to the AIDS virus, the HIV virus. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So you've got a species that's supposed to be where we came from, supposedly, not the other chimpanzees where we used to come from. And maybe that's changed again. Who fucking knows? So we are coming from the Bobo monkey side of the fucking gene. And in their side, they're immune to HIV and any kind of virus that affects the immune system. COVID-19.
But Bob, I thought you're immune to it too.
I don't get sick from it either. So maybe I came from the Bobo monkey.
I came from the Bobo.
So maybe
I've been out with a lot of monkeys.
maybe there's two species of human now. There's a human species that came from the other chimpanzee side. They were aggressive and cannibals, and where males dominate multiple wives, and there's one dominant male to all the whatevers. Over here on the bobo monkey side, everybody's equal, with the exception of women. Now, women are a little more dominant. The females are dominant in the bobo monkeys. It's a matrilineal. As in the chimpanzee side, or the typical chimpanzee stereotype, they're matrilineal. Oh no, patrilineal. So the chimpanzees, or we used to come from a patrilineal, and now where we came from, it's changed. It's changed. Who fucking knows? The bobo monkey, they're matrilineal. So patrilineal and matrilineal.
You're talking about the bobo monkey. Now,
The bobo monkeys.
You know, do you know about the no-no monkeys? Because I told you it's not bobo, it's bonobo, but there's also no-no monkeys.
Bonobo.
No.
My grandfather used to be a great hunter in Africa, and sometimes he would meet these bald monkeys who didn't have any hair.
Yeah,
and they would look at him with big eyes, and they would try to talk to him. And when he pointed their gun at him, they would say no, 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 no. So they were called no-nos.
Oh no.
What are these monkeys called? Boo Boo Bubba?
Look at
This is a very bad joke. Sorry.
look at
Oh, there's the average. Yeah, the central.
See, Africa is the middle.
Yeah, it's the
I'm
middle.
telling you, our flat Earth map's wrong, of course, like everything else. 'Cause
What
this
is in the middle? Which
sorry?
country is that? Tunisia or Ethiopia in the middle?
Well,
Something
north
like that,
is. Where's my finger? Okay, north is here, and Africa's right over the center of it. It looks like north. Oh, come on, Brooke.
It's not Morocco. It's somewhere like Tunisia or
It's
Ethiopia.
Africa.
That'd be like north. What? East? Northeast?
Northwest Africa.
It would make sense that South America moved that direction. Then it makes sense that that South America would move the way it did. It makes a nice, perfect little circle.
Well, that's
So-
the thing. I don't think Mandela effect. I don't believe continents are actually moving. I think all these books are wrong. All these maps are wrong. And as the lies get exposed, things appear to be moving. That's why I've been in all these different conversations with you guys and other people that the flat Earth maps, even those are wrong. If we think the continents are where they told us, because they've lied about everything else.
Everything.
Hold on, guys. This is breaking news. Bonobo monkeys. Sexual healing. Bonobos use sex to de-stress. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. They can even take males. Will take a male partner for life.
What are we doing here?
With this picture, you make it look good, man. Come on.
They're bisexual monkeys. Even the young are involved. I don't like saying that, but even the young are involved.
Look at this word. Being gay is natural. Just ask bonobos.
Why do you guys always bring this up? It's each and every fucking show, and usually Bob starts with it. I mean, what's your story, guys? I mean, it's every time bisexual or homosexual. Voynich is into women, into men. Voynich likes lady boys. What is it with you guys?
No, it's just
how can you be a fucking bisexual with a beard like that? It doesn't work, man.
Although I like the ladies, man. I'm from the old freaking monkey, man. I mean,
it just fascinates me that how much they want to push this new world agenda. That now we get these stories that monkeys are homosexuals and have sex with kids. I mean, it's obvious what they're doing. Just because they put a picture of monkeys hugging doesn't mean
Thank you, Bill O'Reilly.
I have never seen it. I have never seen what I supposedly they're at the zoos. Supposedly they're at the zoos, and they will actually roll over sexually for food. So
these are trained monkeys. These are just trained monkeys. Have you ever thought about that? I mean, I know how they make these documentaries. They train the fucking animal like 2 or 3 years before they make the whole fucking movie. So,
in anthropology in the University of Washington, I'm sure they would have mentioned the babono monkey,
right?
Sure would have had that.
No, nobody ever mentioned the babono monkey.
No, never, ever, ever until about 2000. I think it was like 2017. I think we saw them. I saw them. I was looking up. I was doing the whole anthropology thing. Go back and look at. I was looking at old species to see if our line had changed, and it did. It said that there's 2 separate chimpanzees now. There's the again a patronyl and the matronyl, which is the bobono monkey, and that we are 98 or 98% whatever one closer to the bobono monkey genetically than the actual. I go, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
come on.
what?
You know that we genetic. Do you know how many genetics we share with a pine tree and with a
lot of them? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's like
saying it's true.
It's like 95%. So, okay, you
Yeah.
know, just do the math and just do not disregard that what they call junk DNA, because that's also DNA, and because they cannot figure it out, or they think, oh no, that's not useful for our theory or for our model. It's DNA, okay?
Yeah.
And if somebody else calls it junk DNA, it's still DNA. And so we share a lot of DNA with trees. We share a lot of DNA with mice. I mean, that's why they test mice.
Well, the only reason why I'm adamant about talking about the bobono monkey, not because of its fucking sexuality, but because
yes, it is. It's because of the sexuality.
It's the resistance to the HIV virus. It's also resistant against any immune viruses because of their genetic sexuality and promiscuity growing up as little fucking monkeys. Their bodies have actually adapted over time to develop these respiratory, anti-respiratory disease mechanisms.
So question. So if these stories are true and AIDS came from a monkey, why aren't we like grabbing the blood of the bobo monkey and mainlining that shit and getting rid of the canani and AIDS and all those other imaginary diseases?
Can you please go get your wife and go tell her to get her ass down to Africa and get a vial of that fucking blood?
Well, guys,
we're on it.
Hold on. I found evidence about Bob. I'm going to show you guys.
You're on fire today, Eric.
Yeah, I knew it. I didn't know I thought he was a top guy. I thought he was I didn't know he was a bottom guy.
I guess I'm the receiver.
More disturbing images come from this channel than anywhere else.
I guess I'm the receiver on this thing. He's a great guy. I met him in the jungle. Swell guy. Swell monkey.
You can put me on this other thumbnail, but don't get me near that bobono monkey. Those guys scare me now.
But I think they keep putting the sexuality for us to joke about, and we keep deterring for the real thing is forget this. We know why they have the resistance to the disease because of the promiscuity. But the idea is they have the cure for HIV. That's the whole point. I go, why isn't it, or is it, or somebody in a lab in China trying to work on a virus that counteracts that one? I don't know. But the fact is, their blood is very important now, especially with this corona fucking virus 19. It is the cure, guys. It is the cure, according to literature, the cure for the coronavirus. It's the bobono monkey's blood. I'm like, wow, wait a minute.
What are we doing with malaria, man? Let's like mainline bobono monkeys, right?
I just think it's funny that the current timeline's literature reads that way. Why are people shouting it out in the streets that there is a species of chimpanzee that has the cure for the coronavirus?
You know what I'm finding fascinating, Robert, is as I go into whatever subject, you can maybe, because Brian showed up, maybe it's a Mandela thing, but things keep changing that I was brought up. Like, for instance, you just talked about the thing with the monkeys. They just appeared. How about the fact that I started looking into photosynthesis because everyone keeps saying there's too much CO2 and we're all going to die. Oh, nice. There you go, Voynich. I'm trying to have a conversation here, man.
A decent conversation, please.
Like
I was doing at the moment. I just told Bob at the moment. I told him I want to have a decent conversation, and what did he do? Bend over. No, that was the whole situation.
Well, Brian always says people are gay, so I guess he has proof.
They're talking about photosynthesis is, and I remember and I put in my last video, if I breathe out, that's CO2 and they suck it in and then they exchange it for oxygen. Well, when I went and looked it up, well, now apparently that only happens during the day. Now, maybe this is something it's always been that way and I was not smart in school, whatever. But now at night, they also breathe oxygen and breathe out CO2, which I didn't remember that. That was a new thing to me.
Whoa.
What?
No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. It's like these, and like you say, in this Bobono thing, it just showed up and it cures AIDS. I mean, it doesn't. Why doesn't anyone talk about these things? That, like, for instance, the satellite. Did you know that they were able to discover water on Mars, like back in the 70s? And yet I still remember them talking about it just like a few years ago. So the things, when they changed, if we haven't been watching it, you go back to Black Tom and go, where the hell did this come from?
If you all think that AIDS is real, you got to watch Robert Wilson. If it's still on, I might be wrong with his name. It might also be Robert Willman or something. I have to look up. But Rachel Rienstra did a great stream on it the day before yesterday, I think. It is a 3-hour stream, and she delivers this subject, and you will know. This was a guy who studied HIV, who fought Fauci, he fought Fauci in 1995, I think, 1994. Wow. Well, he didn't fight him, but he just proved him wrong. And Fauci won, and Fauci killed him the year after he produced his evidence. So maybe you should look into that before saying HIV or AIDS.
Well, yeah, we don't know. I don't know. Everything's a lie. You're correct.
Yeah. HIV is a lie too.
Everything. I don't know.
AZT. That's what killed people. The cure killed the people.
Yeah. I'm wondering why they all of a sudden come out with literature about another chimpanzee that has a resistance to it too. Why put that out there?
And
it's lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. That's why.
Yeah. I think you misunderstood me. I know AIDS isn't real because Zika, AIDS, Ebola, they're all these fake viruses that they scare people with. But with AIDS, I read up on it, and there was apparently a huge class action lawsuit because the people out there in the mines were dying or getting illnesses, and they were about to go after that. So they came up with AIDS and said, no, it's this disease that's killing everyone, and it goes away. So I agree 100%. I know about AIDS. I'm just saying, like Robert, now they've got backstories to their lies. So if you're going to write a lie and then write a backstory that cures your lie, it's ridiculous that nobody even calls them on it.
Okay, they would have never had it to begin with. I mean, they would have already had the resistance to it from the fucking monkey.
Right.
They have it. That's the argument we're having. As like, guys, it's not the monkey, it's not the promiscuity, it's the fact that they put down, they have a resistance. They could cure the COVID-19 right now. I'm like, wait, what? Is it? People do your own research, look up those fucking monkeys and go, it does say it. God damn it, it says right there they got a resistance to the HIV.
And they always goof on us too, and they get the poster child for a sexual transmitted disease to be named Magic Johnson. I mean, it's right in our faces. He probably was wearing 33 or one of them. I don't know.
Yes.
All bonobos are asymptomatic humans. Fucking AIDS carrying human. But
don't know. I don't know enough research on these things because they had just popped up just a year or two back, and now all their information keeps changing. And I'm like reading this cure for all these diseases they have right now, running around having a good time making out with each other. And I'm like, you've got a monkey orgy that can save the fucking planet, or back of the turtle. So no one's talking about the monkey orgy that can save the planet, or
those are trained apes. Those are trained apes.
Yeah, you and I both took HIV class in college.
Yeah, they're taking class. Yeah,
by the same professor.
And there are people that have this. I don't know what it is. See, that's the thing. There's people in chat. Somebody knows somebody that has, and that's HIV and all that. So whatever they are something. But how they got it, that because somebody had sex with a monkey and now your family member has it. See, that doesn't work for me. And again, another thing that's changed, this Cranani virus. First time in my life, dogs and cats can get a human illness.
Yes.
My entire life, that wasn't allowed. But
Yes.
okay, now it's all right. So it's
It
like,
don't work that way. They
so
don't get it.
why doesn't anybody call out like, well, what happened to the last 50 years of my life where this didn't happen? It's not possible. Are we just expecting to just accept everything?
They can't get it. The dogs and cats have whole different immune systems, 100% different. They can fight those things off because they eat feces, man.
Yeah.
Dogs and cats will eat shit. I mean,
I don't think I'd want to, but I don't think I could do very well if I ate crap. I've seen my dog eat crap. No, it's disgusting.
Yeah. So they can't get those things. And all of a sudden they're getting them. Now the virus is mutated into dogs and cats. I would recommend you keep your dogs and cats inside your house. And
you want to hear what you're talking about.
Yeah, dogs and cats get fucking COVID. Oh, it's getting hilarious. It's getting hilarious. Well,
so it's like they change their lies, and then like nobody calls them on it.
We're gonna inject the dog with fucking with the.
No, but that's the whole thing, ceiling fan, man. I mean, okay. So what are we gonna do? Tell the liars, I know you lied. So what have you got to say about it? What the fuck do you think is gonna come out of his mouth? Another lie. You know, all we have to do is leave him alone.
I just keep
not him. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the rest of the people that are just like saying, "Oh, okay, that's the now." We're trying to wake those people up. I'm not trying to change the liar. I know he's going to lie to me again. I'm trying to look at the guy next to me and go,
Brian.
But
you know, Brian tells us the truth. Is Brian there, or is he alive?
I want to go to the guy next to me and say, "Did you hear what that guy said? First he said dogs couldn't do it. Now he does. What do you think?" I want to try to get that guy to snap out of it. That's what I'm.
Anybody that knows a dog can't get, they say, well, swine can get it. Well, how can a swine get it but a dog can't? Well, because the pigs are very similar to humans. Unfortunately, they're that's why they use them in dissecting labs, and kids have because their internal organs are so fucking close to humans. It's kind of weird, if you know what I mean. I don't know what happened in the past. There's a reason why Muslims don't eat them. And there's a reason why Jesus put all the fucking dark spirits inside of pigs and ran them off a cliff. I don't know. But regardless of swines have come down, according to my studies in anthropology, they're the ones that are susceptible to human diseases. For some reason, pigs. That's why a lot of customs, they don't eat pig, because they can get the diseases that humans get. Only the swine, they call it swine flu, but for some reason they can. Is it from magic? And everything's on the table now. Is it because they're susceptible to evil spirits? Because their organs are so close to humans? Were they at one time genetically modified humans for organ transplantation during some past-ass, weird-ass world we used to live in that we don't know about? Could have they been the organ transplant body parts for humans in some genetic lab way in the past? I don't know, man. But I can tell you, swine does get it, but cats, dogs don't.
Pigs were killed by Christ because swine were mainly used in idol worship, sacrifice.
Yeah. Well,
and I occasionally I can look at the chat, and David is apparently.
You freeze? You frozen? You
frozen? I'm back.
He's unfrozen now.
Yeah.
Hey, David was in the chat, and apparently his brother came down with this, and I my heart and prayers go to him for sure. The thing is, it's like, and I know he got it from a needle, but we don't know exactly what it is. That's my point. Again, I'm not discounting it. It exists. I don't know where it came from, and I don't know if everything they tell us about it. Because my wife, again, was a nurse. She had to deal with patients like this, and the thing is she never understood it. Like a patient that had AIDS, she had no problem. It was just another patient, even though they were scaring the crap out of them too. Like you can get it just by being in the room kind of
thing. Same
She's
point.
Like, what are we doing here? This is why I decided to do this. And she wouldn't treat them any different. But I will tell you for a fact, she told me there are some doctors and nurses that were buying into it. And so I don't understand how these things happen and why your brother got it or anybody gets it or what exactly it is. I know it exists.
Yeah.
I just believe they lied to us and it didn't come from a monkey.
Well, let's remind ourselves of this. Brian Staveley's favorite man in the entire fucking planet, the guy he dreams about at night alone with a fucking damp warm towel, Tom Hanks, is in a movie about AIDS. Tom Hanks. There's another Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was he's in the movie about our number one Mandela fucking talk about guy is in a movie all of a sudden about AIDS. Now we're talking about the movie with Tom Hanks about AIDS. We went from that to Babono Monkey that has the resistance to the whole HIV, which is weird. And right down to what you're saying is it even exist? And what's with these weird...
These exist, but I don't know if it exists the way they told us and how it transmitted to humans and how you get rid of it. Because obviously there's some shenanigans going on because you can't tell me that Magic Johnson, he's perfectly fine now.
Yeah.
You don't hear anything about him. And yet he was...
Yeah.
I mean, you watch that movie with Tom Hanks, Brian's favorite lovers. He goes like anorexic and horrible looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I bet it made Brian sad when he saw that part. He probably cried. He did.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. Yeah. I myself was a little bit weirded out with him and Banderas. It was another badass fucking actor with like all of a sudden kissing on him. So you got Banderas, the badass actor, and then you got like Tom Hanks like making out. Like, oh wait, what? With officers in gentleman's uniform on. What is this movie? What is this about? We had to watch it for an AIDS class. And we had to take it at the university. We had to take an AIDS class way back when, and so that movie we had to watch the movie. And I was like, I can't get through this movie, but you could watch it.
I never saw it. I couldn't do it. I did watch that one with Matthew McConaughey. I think is that who it was?
Who is it? He's AIDS.
Denzel Washington.
What is it?
I don't know.
No, the one you're talking about Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks. But there's another one that I didn't even realize was an AIDS movie, and it was the one with, I think it's Matthew McConaughey. And
yeah. Where he's in Texas and he buys the medication from Mexico.
Yeah.
Smells it. Yeah,
he's they're Dallas Buyers Club. Somebody.
Yes.
But did you ever notice again? All these movies, they're all of a sudden out of nowhere. I was like, oh, you got to see it. It's great. These are all these propaganda movies, and like, and I brought it up as interesting. I bet in the chat, very few, if anyone, saw that. What's that? Captain Marvel movie, the woman that everyone knows who she is because in Avengers, she of course her and all the women saved the day, but no one saw that movie, and yet I looked on IMDb and it's like whatever 8 out of 10 stars and everything. It's propaganda machines. It's all these are, and whenever there's a movie that out of nowhere everyone's talking about, there's obviously an agenda being pushed. I mean, I think the last one was watch these things.
I can see that. Well, I also mentioned that when I was in Paris, that a lot of these new statues in antiquity are female goddesses. I have never seen so many goddesses. Oh, that's my alarm, Eric. Yeah. So many goddesses in this timeline. So along with the whole Tartarian star forge and all these other key-shaped pawn holes and these other Tartarian kind of weird things, a lot of goddesses in this timeline, guys. A lot of them. Like I'm used to seeing fucking gods, like male gods, like Zeus. And then all the other male gods are all over the place. And you got a couple of female gods. You got Athena, maybe. Athena says she came from Zeus's head anyway. But all of a sudden, there's female goddesses. Goddess worship was like a motherfucker in this place. Goddess worship, man. It's crazy. Back to the whole matrilineal kind of a thing, which goes back to the Babono monkey. It goes back to Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of separation to Kevin Bacon.
Yep.
Right?
Got it. It goes back to Kevin Bacon. Wasn't Kevin Bacon in an AIDS movie? Or did he play a movie with?
I do not know.
He was in Flatliners. I think he was in Flatliners.
Yeah.
Right?
Was he in
Flatliners? Yeah. He was in everything, though.
Yeah, he was also in the very first Friday the 13th movie too.
I was trying
Yeah, he got killed in the bed.
Yeah.
I was trying to connect him to the Bobono monkey. So I was,
I'm sure we can get there.
I'm sure he probably went to go visit one at the zoo. I don't know. Whatever these fucking things are. These little bald chimpanzees that came out of fucking Nowheresville that has all the answers. They also have same size rectums, males and females.
Oh, here we go again. Hey, this isn't the show, Robert. This is Gypsy's show.
They do. They do have this. As an anthropologist, I'm laughing my ass off because I don't know how to tell people this. Look, okay, so also the Bobono monkey has a similarity to your fucking rectum. They have the same kind of rectums. They're both large, both males and females equally. So are we in fact related to the Bobono monkey? I don't know. In this timeline,
I should be able to tell you. I should be able to tell you.
in this time, I'm like, guys, I am not from here. My heart was from the left side. If I came from anybody, it was that other chimpanzee that was fucking insane, crazy, and fucking ripping shit apart like a fucking wild animal. I don't remember no Bobono monkey coming down my fucking family path.
I guarantee you would not have been able to grow that beard if you came from a Bobono.
However, they are bald, in fact. So.
Or your heart grew. Maybe the hair went with it, you know?
Yes, so.
Not all of us are blessed with Voynich hair, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So the conversation, people that have any conversation about the coronavirus do need to include the fact that there is a species of chimpanzee, we'll call it that has the resistance to the virus. Mm-hmm. So in people's conversations and arguments, use this. It's a joke.
No. We're not doing that one.
That's Tom Hanks and Elon Musk. They started the AIDS.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
This is where humans came from, right?
Well, supposedly, the chimpanzees had AIDS. They were the first ones with the AIDS virus.
Who's bumping Elon? Is that Darwin?
Is it
Tom Hanks?
That's Tom Hanks. Nice. How appropriate.
Black Tom Hanks. Okay, cool.
How appropriate is that? There we go. Old doll face.
It's fucking Black Tom Hanks. Oh,
wow. This is what Eric's been waiting for. This show for these.
This is the classic. This is the fucking classic.
Well, he's got that SpaceX new rocket. Was it Dragon? What is it called? The Red Dragon?
Yeah.
What's up with the dragon is in everything? Why would he use dragon? Let's figure this code out. The dragon, it's going to go up into space. It's going to go up into the ether sphere, the upper sphere, I call it now. I don't know what the fuck to call it anymore. The upper sphere. So he's going to send his dragon up there. His dragon. What's the symbolism of the red dragon? Now, isn't there a dragon in the Bible? Doesn't the Bible have a dragon in it? Like during the apocalypse?
You know what I Robert, this stuff is that they seem to keep doing exactly that, like making it so freaking obvious. Like all the bills are 666 and this is, whatever, and all the numbers equal satanic things. And it's almost again a form of mockery because they know we're gonna go see, and then everyone else is gonna go, God, these guys see like Satan and everything. Right? So I really believe it's a real mockery thing where they can put it in plain sight, make it so obvious that people discredit it and us. That's the way I see it.
Well, I did a show last night I talked about, because it was Memorial Day, I brought up the fact that when I worked at the Fort Lewis Historical Museum, I worked at Fort Lewis with all the Army artifacts, and you see the Army Medal of Honor where the point was on top. And now if you look at it, it's on the 2 points. It's upside down. It looks like the pentagram. It is a pentagram. So anybody accepting in this timeline, I'm not putting any veterans down. I'm a veteran. If you're accepting the Medal of Honor, you're literally getting a pentagram. It's upside down now, and everything in this place is upside down.
Yeah, we're in the upside down world for sure.
Even the sheriff's badge. Everyone remembers that watching westerns and the sheriff come up and he got the point up on top, the point with a little bead that says Texas Ranger. Well, now turn it upside down. Now you got 2 points up on top when they put the badge on. So the badge has 2 points up on top. I'm like, that's a pentagram. So in the world of Lucifer, Luciferianism, everything will be upside down and backwards.
And in LA County or Ventura County in California, I noticed, because I was doing research a long time ago about when I was into the whole Q thing at that time, but there's truth in it. And they talked about the pedophile symbols. They're on the frickin' badges. I mean, if you pull them up, Eric, it's this pedophile symbol on all the triangles.
Even that was stolen. That's like the Nazi swastika. That was stolen also.
Yeah.
That was from runes. They have those on runes.
Yeah, I saw that too. You're right. They keep
on the runes.
the usage.
Yeah, they are corrupting the usage of any symbol that could be potentially a good symbol, but they're doing the same thing when the Nazis took the swastika from a respected culture in India and went ahead and put it on their uniforms and called it evil, made you feel it evil. And they're like, oh God, I feel bad for any freaking buddy from that region to walk around with a T-shirt, with a Buddha with a swastika on it. He's gonna get his ass kicked.
And they do the same thing with our hands. You're not supposed to make like this sign or this sign. And I'm like, okay, let me think
hang
about
10,
that.
Baby. Hang 10. Hang 10. I said just hang 10. That's always good.
So I
Hang
said,
10.
okay, so God gave me this hand and he made all these fingers move separately. I don't remember the instructions saying, okay, but make sure whatever you do, Richard, don't do this ever or don't do this ever. I don't remember reading that. When I grew up, that meant okay.
Okay.
Hey guys,
I mean, I think it's all in the way you use it. If I do
just
this,
do hang 10.
Okay.
Hang 10 hasn't been corrupted by them. Just do hang 10. Hang 10. Hang
Like
10.
this.
but you know what? Next week, Vaughn,
But it's flying because you're hanging 10, man.
It's going to mean something else. But next week, they're going to grab this one.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're not. Because
You guys are nuts.
they
guys-
hate everything I do. They're
I'm
gonna
putting
piss on it.
the monkeys back on. You guys are crazy.
Well, did you guys also?
No, this is-
Knew there was
This is
there
much
was
better to look at. Yeah, this is much better to look at. Yeah.
there was an air pilot. There was an air squad back in the early, it was the 20s. Don't quote me on the time, but there was a small group to the Army Air Force. They had swastikas on their planes before World War II, before before they adopted the swastika over in Germany. The United States was incorporating them first in this timeline. And you even have jewelry. You have swastika jewelry back in the 1900s in America. So
I found a coin. It's called a trade coin.
Yeah.
And what they used to do is you would you'd have a stamp and you'd hit it, and then they could see into the coin and see if it was pure silver, so you could trade with it. And every province had their own little mark. And when I first came across it, I thought it was like BS because it had a swastika.
Yeah.
And it was from the wrong timeline. But like you say, I looked into it, and no, that goes way back to like the Hopi Indians.
Hopi Indians had the
Meant
swastika.
peace and tranquility, and the exact opposite as it means in the upside down world.
Well,
So
it's the
you're
sun.
spot on.
It's the sun. It's the sun. That's what it is. It's the sun. It's supposed to be a circle, but it's a version of a circle. It's a circle. That's what it is. A flat surface circle. So back to flat Earth. It represents flat Earth instead of the circle globe. Instead of the circle sun, the flat Earth. It's square.
Yesterday, I made a swastika, just a tiny swastika, because I know people get offended. But I did it yesterday.
Oh, good for
They
you.
wiped everything away.
Yeah, until I remove and figure out everything that's going on 1,000%, and I have made sure that the Nazis didn't, in fact, build the Glocke and go back and change fucking time. Until that, I'm 100% that didn't happen. I'm not going to be sporting no swastika yet. I'm not going to walk around and say, "Look at me, I'm wearing a swastika." No, I'm going to make sure the Nazis didn't, in fact, fucking change time. I'm, with Operation Paperclip, we want to go all that direction, but. Yeah, but right now I'm just letting everyone know swastikas originally were not bad. They represented the sun. I'm not sporting it. You know, let
but
the local
you know,
have
but
them.
swastika is a swastika. It's not a Hakenkruis. It's not a Hakenkreuz,
Yeah,
right?
I know
It's
that.
not. You know, if I like, how did we get to this conversation? Because of this, and because of this, and because of this, and this, and this. No, fuck that.
The
It's not.
Bobono monkey.
Yeah, it's not like no, but it's not like. If you think it's the letter will be wrong or the symbol will be wrong, just research it because it cannot be that
Yeah,
the symbol is wrong,
yeah, it's
right?
all old ancient runes and old symbols that had just got recycled into
It's
bad areas.
but it's like the people behind it that used it in that time, they were wrong. Yeah, that's right. But the people that were before them and used the same symbols, how wrong were they? Were they wrong? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think it's all about intent. I think it's about intent. Like if I'm going to use this and I use it for good to scratch my back, that's good intent. If I take the same tool and I smack someone over the head or in their face with it, that's bad intent. And everything we use, including symbols and words, are tools. And the same with doing this. Do I mean hang loose or something mysterious and deceitful, whatever? No. It's all about intent.
Yeah,
I want to ask Voynich something real quick. Voynich, how many years you been in the flat earth community?
I never been in a community, but I knew the Earth was flat. Like at least like since I got some confirmation. Was in 2014, 2015. The guy who woke me up was Matt Powerland.
Okay.
And after that, there was more people making videos about it and more researchers like Richard Burke. No, what's the guy that you invited for tonight? Actually,
Richard Hopkins.
Richard Hopkins.
Well, I'm Richard.
And flat water, flat Earth. His channel is called now. He did a lot of things. He did a lot of very thorough investigation and zetetic astronomy and just the whole zetetic philosophy. You know, for me, it just took me 10 minutes to get into flat Earth.
But do you think it's easier for people to accept maybe flat Earth if there was some kind of proof that this is not the only flat planet out there? There's actually more flat planets. You think that can make it easier? Because I think when people have dreams of traveling, you know, like when you watch Star Wars, when you watch space movies, you're flying in space. You think it'd be easier for people to accept it?
Yeah,
if we know there's more flat planets.
Yeah, I think you're hitting a nice topic there, because if you could make such a movie, right, and make it view real to them because they see it on TV or they see it in a movie. If that helps them to get there, it might be worth the effort, right? But it's not, just once you hear it, like the Earth is fucking flat. Look out! Just use your own fucking eyes, not some script and actors and a whole set and another set, and use your own fucking eyes. I mean, it took me 10 minutes, 15 minutes to do the calculations. I needed to look up the formula and I needed to do my own calculations. Yeah. And like a week later, you could find it on YouTube and everywhere on the internet, like what's a curve calculator and anything. But I did have this schedule, how you make this straight angle, and then how do you make this curve if the whole curve is 40,000 kilometers. So that's what you need, because it's very hard. I'm not a mathematician. I could think it out, I could work it out, but it would take me days. So and when you ask people, but it's round, I said, okay, so then if it's round, tell me how does this curvature work? And they will answer you, something with pi, something with 3.1415. Really? Do it for me. Do it because I tried it. Doesn't work like that, bitch. You need other numbers. It doesn't. Pi is not available in this moment. It's not about a circle. It's about a curvature.
Yeah.
It's so. But these people, even mathematicians, even geographical experts, they gave me this answer, like something with pi, and I was like, really? I said, okay, and then this other thing about the flat Earth. I said, if the moon reflects the light of the sun, how come the angles don't match up? Oh, that's something to do with distance. Something to do with distance. That doesn't work in a triangular construction, bitch. It's always a plane. It's about angles. It's not about distance. It's about angles. Point made. And then they would just look at me like, but I make more money than you. So I will just not listen to you. It's so fucking disgraceful. It's so fucking disgraceful. And, I've always had this experience since I was like 13, 14. I knew like I can be so talented and wise and intelligent. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how wise you are, how intelligent you are. Doesn't matter. There's other things that matter in this world.
But talking about flat Earth is not an easy topic for everybody because what I'm saying is, if you talk paranormal, some people might think you're a little crazy or not. You talk Mandela effect, they might think you're a little mentally insane. But as soon as you mention flat Earth, it's just like, you're fucking nuts. You're crazy. Everybody really wants to take an act. So I think there's a lot more people believe in it. They just can't talk about it because they're afraid of everybody's gonna be looking down on them. I mean, I actually had people go, "Hey, Eric, on your thumbnail, on your Gypsy Road thumbnail, why do you have a flat Earth on the top left? You should take that off." And I'm like, if I'm really about a channel trying to find the unknown, flat Earth has to be on there, right? But people are ready to bash you as soon as you even mention the word flat Earth.
I still think it's a nine-sided dice. It's a nine-sided dice shape.
Yeah.
It's got multiple squares. It's got like nine-sided dice squares, or maybe one of those D&D dice with the different flat surfaces for the dice square. So maybe you go to. I mean, who fucking knows? I can make anything I want up now because this fucking place is weird. It's fake like that. You can go to this edge and maybe all of a sudden just boop pop over to a whole different edge in the same fucking place. But all of a sudden, be slightly different than the other place you just came from.
No, that wouldn't make sense.
Dimensional bubble,
we must respect our spiritual brothers and sisters and our religious brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
They have a far better explanation than the nine-sided dice.
I know. I'm just throwing it out there. You can say anything.
Yeah,
that's why I always say back to turtle because it's just like we're going to the God realm here. I gave up. I'm like, okay, God, I'm just following you now, dude. Wherever your wind throws into my sails, I go. I just move in that direction. Here it is. That's 3.14159.
Sorry.
Oh, so I was reading somebody's pi.
Here's a pi, 3.14159.
Okay.
Wow.
3.1417. How about that? Wait. 3.147? I don't know.
Yeah, and he donated to the channel. I want to thank him very much. I appreciate that.
Here we go.
I will share the pi only if it's twice the radius. If it's twice the radius.
I always call it fixed. Everyone says it flat. You can call it that. That's cool if it makes you comfortable. I say it's fixed. They say, in what way? I said, I can't tell you yet. I don't have that fucking research done yet. Nobody else has, but I can say right now, 2016, around fucking June, I woke up. I went outside and I said, we're in a fucking weird-ass dome. What the hell? The color was different. The cloud texture was different. Everything up. It took 5 minutes and a lot of freaking scratching my fucking bald head going, what the fuck did happen? Are we under attack? I thought aliens had circled the earth in a ball. This is what I thought. I'm going to tell everyone the honest God truth. When I first woke up in 2016, and I looked outside, that's not a sky. That's not a sky. Remember, that's not the sky. So I figured something had come into Earth and put us into a fucking ball, a dome. and everything's kept on the inside. Like we're invaded. I actually thought we were
To
invaded.
be honest, I think we are in a dome. I
Yeah,
think we are in a. I mean, look at how these old sundials.
yeah,
Look at the old sundials. I mean, there's a flat plane and there's something. There's a complete bowl around it, and then there's something. How do you say this word? Shoe to
Yeah.
the actual plane, and that's the zodiac, right?
yeah.
And that's all you need to understand this world, or to know where you are.
Yeah.
If you know how to point it.
I saw my map. I had a huge wall map, and
what?
South America curled in.
Where did this comment come from? Bob was on drugs. What? Did we talk about drugs earlier today?
Yeah, I guess. But so the South America was curved in.
Is there any topic we didn't discuss?
So when I looked at the map on my wall, I said that motherfucker is round like a disc. The map, the actual physical map on my wall, was no longer a stretched out piece where you had Australia down at the bottom by Antarctica and not South America, but everything bent in like this. It's literally like a disc on the map. And I said, "Holy fuck! It looks like that UN map." We're in a flat Earth simulation place. We are literally in a flat Earth, based off the maps changed. Based off what I'm seeing up here, based off the observation, we are in a flat ass, weird ass plane.
And I think that UN map is exactly what they show us.
Yeah,
it's the flat Earth map, but there's that spider web. I think it's another trap. I think they're like, they finally figured out they don't live on the spinning ball, but they think they live in this little trap now where the continents are, and they're not what they say.
Yeah,
I think England's like 2 hours away from us. That's what I believe.
You know what? You already heard my stories, dude.
Yeah. And I'm frozen again.
Oh, I got kicked off. Everything's got glitched to get it out.
Meet up at a park by Seattle, so that's cool. Oh,
yes.
That's weird how everybody got knocked out. Maybe too much flat air talk and they're attacking it.
And my wife's actually talking to somebody about God and Satan and all that, and it just wiped out everything in my house twice now. The first time I went to get tea, and I was gone.
Well, here's Where's the Curve wrote this. He wrote, what got me was the fact that they saw the devil or Satan can appear good. So how do we know he is tempting us or if God is talking to us?
I think so. I know God talks to. I get talked to by God. I'm not. Well, I guess I'm technically insane, but God talks to me every fucking day with synchronicities, with the animals, with the numbers, everything. I'm talked to constantly. I know. Silly man sounds like he has the same kind of messaging.
Here we go again. Are you there?
We're still here. I'm here. Well, we still get the same messaging. So if people say, is God talking to us? Hell yeah. The question is, are you listening? Do you know how to listen? Do you know how to stop and be quiet for a fucking minute? Put down the electronics for a fucking second and learn how to listen to God.
Are you there?
We can see you, Silly Fan. We can hear you.
You said my name and then everything just froze up again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you guys see that NASA supposedly put out a picture of a planet? I don't know if it was Pluto or another planet, but when they showed it, the picture of the planet was almost shaped as a potato. I'm serious. There was like a latest picture of the planet. What planet was it?
I'm trying to think. Someone in the sidebar.
Coming from the same people that said Uranus smells like farts, and there's a giant diamond in the sky too. Remember that one? They said there was a giant asteroid that's made of pure diamond.
Yes, it smells like a methane, like farts. Like it smells like fart. It's a joke, man. It is like Michelangelo's fucking God in the sky with his ass sticking out, man.
It's just like, I don't get it. Like normies look at us and they watch this stream and they go, "What a bunch of nut jobs!" And yet, and did you hear about the giant asteroid made of diamonds? Yeah, I can't wait for it to crash. I mean, it's like.
And we ain't making this shit up. This is simply the literature that's being proposed. This is the literature that's put out there. Right back to the Bobono monkeys and their same size rectum as his.
I feel they've been doing it. What?
I'm saying we're not making nothing up. We're just talking about it.
I feel like they've done this for so long, and we're so asleep, but now they're just freaking goofing on us. Just fucking goofing on us. Like,
it is.
Hey, let's tell them the Uranus smells like farts. Ah, hey, let's say we need to move the Earth out of its orbit in case of a giant asteroid. That was a real story too. Ah, you know.
Yeah, it was basic in my time. I remember in geology class where you pay money for it to learn about stuff back in school. They said, in fact, the moon is leaving the orbit. In our time, the moon was leaving. It was eventually going to get so far out, it's going to break free from the Earth and go ahead and just sail into fucking space by itself. It was breaking away in our time. There was actually a death sentence on the planet. And now I don't know what the fuck the moon is within. It's within the system. It's totally.
Yeah. What was it for like 50 years? The moon was outside the atmosphere, and then when we said, "Hey, how did you get through the Van Allen belt?" They're like, "Oh, we didn't. It's actually closer than we thought." The atmosphere goes farther than we thought, and no one cares. Like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean,
we were being taught that at the university level, everybody, that the moon was leaving the orbit. That's what everybody, including fucking up the ass Tyson and Dr. Bukaki, all those fucking guys had the same information that I did in the university that the moon was leaving. All of a sudden, these freaking clowns are saying, no, it's within now. It's within. It's within this what? Within the what? It's inside the what is it? The cell? Are we in a big ass fucking cell with the membrane and like the Earth is the membrane and I don't know what we're the part of the organelles within the what? Are we literally in a goddamn cell like a human body cell? I don't know what the hell's going on. They keep changing everything. And remember, Phobos is going to crash into Mars, according to their own literature. So why would you send a colony to a fucking planet that's going to have a doomsday day? With Phobos, the moon of Mars, which I've never heard of, is going to crash into Mars. So I want to go to Elon Musk and say, why are you going to a doomed planet anyway?
Oh, Bob, look at this latest picture from NASA. NASA dust from Mars drilling.
It looks like an anthill.
Is that?
They're going to have an ant come out of it soon. Hey, Bob or Eric, put an ant on there.
Put an ant on there, yeah.
I mean, really?
They mock us. They just freaking mock us. Like the dude, that idiot in space, that astronaut that plays the guitar.
Oh,
my God. That they had a hole in the space station. He plugged it with like glue, bubble gum and tinfoil or some crap. And then he posted a picture of an album cover from like 10 years ago as the hole. And like the rest of the normies just think, wow, look at that. And people are like, hey, it's the same as this album cover. And nobody cares. It's like, it's fascinating.
I saw that idiot just recently. I saw that idiot when he's in the fake station. He's all glittery and happy. I saw him in a video in an I think it's an American submarine, but below the water, and he's doing a soda test where he shakes it real hard.
I saw that.
And he cracks it because of the pressure. But if you see his face, he doesn't look like the same cheery guy that was in the depths of fucking the space. Now he's under the water for real. Now he's under real pressure. And you notice he's not so uppy doopy. He's kind of more of a humdrummy.
He's no longer in a studio, or at least
he's underwater. He's in the real thing. If he were in space, he's in the real thing. So he's sitting like he got fucking something up his ass. Boy, he's so fucking scared. He's terrified.
Chris Hadfield, yeah. And there's God, who's the channel? I know I watched QNF, but there was somebody before that did a whole bunch on the space station. And there's one where he's singing and someone puts a microphone to like get closer to him, and it literally goes like into his neck, into his. It moves all around inside his neck because it's a green screen. I mean, you would have just literally just sliced his throat open if it was real.
Yeah. Yeah, and they got him with the. I don't get it, man. Why?
Or how about when they sang? He did a live concert with people back on Earth, and they were all in the same timing. Like there was no delay. Like he was playing exactly with them.
Wow.
I mean, and the people don't see it. It's madness.
China has what? China just landed. Oh no!
Oh, China! Yay!
Yeah. Oh God!
But look, where's all the stars? If this is a real picture of China got on the moon, how come we don't see any stars? No, nothing.
I guess.
And how come that ground looks different than the pictures from United States?
I'm sure they're in a different area.
Let's put number one. Everybody buys cameras out of China. So if everybody buys cameras out of China, then we would have the same camera as China on the fucking American rovers or spacecraft or whatever the fucking magical thing they got flying. It's the same. It would be the same aperture, the same colors, the same everything. The camera. Theirs is completely different than Americans, and including Jerusalem, where they sent up bear shit. Bear shit went up there.
I learned the neatest things from you. They said bear shit to space.
Yeah, they said bear shit to space. Now that's in the Torah. Now bear shit's in the Torah. So be nice, guys. Bear shit means beginning in Hebrew. It means I'm saying it incorrectly. We say it bear shish. It's actually Hebrew but it sounds like bear shit. It's the way it's spelled out. Bear shit.
They put bear shit supposedly on the moon.
Well, yeah, and also bear shit's in the Bible too. King James Version Bible.
Well, does the bear shit in the woods? That's my question.
I think my computer's freezing, so I think somebody's watching us.
Uh-oh. Remember, bear shit's in the Bible. Bear shit, and also, I guess like the creature that's supposed to like be like the whatever for Revelations, he's got the feet of a bear. So the feet of a bear. A lot of bears in the Bible. They say bear witness, like BARE, but there's a lot of BEARs, or BA, whatever, bear. A lot of bears in the Bible.
Huh.
Hey, Bob, what do you think of this? The first Chinese satellite didn't reach orbit until 1970. 13 years, the number 13 years after the Soviet Union kicked off the space age with the launch of Sputnik 1.
Sputnik 1, yeah. There was no Chinese fucking anything. There was no Chinese anything.
Hey, Eric, look up Mariner 9.
Oh.
Mariner 9?
That's my favorite.
Give me a little bit because my computer's freezing so much that everything is moving at a slow pace.
I think India is supposed to be going to the moon. I'm not joking, guys. I think India is going to the moon.
They're bringing curry, right? The other guys brought beer shit.
To the moon. So I guess they're going to the moon. China's went to the moon. Jerusalem went to the moon. I don't know. India's supposed to be going to the moon. I don't know. Is everyone going to the fucking moon these days?
I like what you always say, Robert. I'm not from this timeline. Like, I remember, at least in my timeline, or whatever you want to call it, one moon landing. It was back in the 60s. It was black and white or whatever. Now there's like multiple moon landings. And now everyone's going. You got the Chinese, Jerusalem, the Indians. Everyone's going.
Everybody's on their way.
Going to the moon.
Everyone's going nowadays.
Well, Bob, maybe, what? Oh shit! Hold on.
What is that? Your
sorry. Alexa, maybe Alexa. No, Alexa. Alexa, is India going to the moon?
I don't know that.
Is Iran going to the moon?
Definitely.
Alexa, is Iran going to the moon?
Here's something I found on the web. According to blogspot.com, it is doing so because Iran's government has grand plans of its own.
grand plans of its own. It's got grand plans of its own. Okay.
Well, I guess they're going to the moon, right?
I guess they've got grand plans of their own. Maybe they're thinking going straight to Mars.
It doesn't lie, right? It doesn't lie.
Oh, man. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yes. That's fantastic. That's great. Everybody's going to the moon now. I feel left out. We need to jump into we do have Space Force. And with Donald Trump, as long as you have Space Force, everyone, if you have a handful of pussy and Space Force, it's all you need. That's all you need. I mean, that should be on a t-shirt somewhere.
Well, Alexa, is Tom Cruise going to space?
Here's something I found on the web. According to squarespace.com, there's been a lot of talk and speculation about Tom Cruise going to space for the next Mission Impossible film.
Yes. Now we have it. And you know what Tom Cruise is? He's 100% pure, uncut fucking Scientologist.
The next Mission Impossible film. Okay.
That's a true story. Apparently, Tom Cruise is in talks
based
with
on a
Elon
true story.
Musk.
The next Impossible Mission.
He's in talks with Elon Musk to film part of his movie in space.
Yes. Tom Cruise is actually going to space. He's not going anywhere. The fucking guy needs to come out of the closet because he got caught wearing a pink shirt in his fucking movie, and now everyone's talking about his sexuality. Let's go back to the Bobono monkey. Doesn't it prove that we're related to him?
Hey, Bob, Michael Healy says, Pastor who is buried on the moon. Okay. Alexa.
I know who's buried on the moon.
Who
Uncle
is
Black
buried
Tom
on
Hanks.
the moon?
I know. Uncle Black Tom Hanks is buried.
Alexa Answers contributor. Dr. Eugene Shoemaker, April 28, 1928, July 18, 1997. Astronomer and co-discoverer of comet Shoemaker-Levy had part of his cremated remains sent to the moon, and as of 2020 is the only one. Did that answer your question?
Yeah.
Per 2020, did she just state that?
Yeah. He's the only Shoemaker. He's what?
Who's on the moon?
Shoemaker. Did he discover wasn't there like the comet that hit was it Saturn or Jupiter? It was Saturn or Jupiter. It was Jupiter. The oh god, Shoemaker had discovered those. It's fake. I get it. Everyone, don't fucking yell at me. I already can sense it.
No, we all get it. We all get it. But we want to talk about the lies that they're telling us.
Yes. I was sensing it already. I'm not reading the site where I can sense it. There was no, yes, I know there was no comets, but there was a series of comets according to NASA that everybody watched on television hit the fucking planet, hit the gassy planet of I think it was Saturn or Jupiter, one of the two. I can't remember. I think it was Jupiter with its permanent fucking storm systems and stuff like that. It's weird with the octagons and fucking weird ass shit on the fucking gassy planets.
So you're telling me this guy right here's ashes is on the moon? Apparently, he's supposed to be on the moon.
He's on the moon.
Why him?
Because he pulled off one of the biggest hoaxes. He pulled off a huge hoax. It was huge. Like, if it's fake, it was really convincing fake because he had done the whole thing with I don't know, before CGI with the comets hitting the planet. The comets could have came to Earth. Comets to me are signs. It's signs from the heavens, 100% now. There's no fucking questions to me anymore that they're fucking signs from God or whatever intelligence is giving you a symbol to see. When it comes right down to like the old ways of learning astrology. No, Shoemaker there. He's
Eugene Shoemaker is still the only man buried on the moon.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I never even heard of this until today.
I love how they just say anything now normal. It's news. Like, ceiling fan man is now the second person on the moon. And everyone would be like, oh, okay, cool, because I read it in the paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're buried right next to bear shit. You're right next to bear shit on the moon.
Yeah, no one questions why they take bear shit So no one questions it. It's fascinating, man.
It's a Mandela effect in the Bible. I keep telling people bear shit is in the Bible.
There's a bear shit in the woods? No, he shits in the Bible, I guess.
It means in the beginning. In the beginning, it's Genesis. In the beginning, which is another Mandela effect. In the beginning, bear shit's right up in there too. That word is right.
All right, I'm looking this up, Mister.
This is crazy. It's in the Torah. Like
not the Torah. No, I thought you said the Bible.
Well, no, the Bible too. It should be in the Bible. I know people were asking me questions. Is the Torah changing also? I said, well, yeah, they've got bear shit now in Torah. I said, what more change do you need for anything in any book? Even the Quran has changes to it too.
Yeah. I was talking to my friend about that one because he's really up on the Quran. You know, a fascinating thing they do with the Quran is they memorize it, and they memorize it at an early age. And what I find is fascinating is as these books are changing supernaturally, whether you believe that or not, it's happening. They don't have to like deal with that because he's got it memorized since he was a kid. That it doesn't matter what happens in here. And that's honestly how I felt this. Like when I got into this whole spiritualness and I found this thing, I'm like, oh my God, take everything literal. It's all exact. It's word of God. And all. And then as I started realizing things are changing and, you know, he probably didn't say this or that, you know, and even my own experience, I was like, why would God say all these wonderful things? And then he would say, you know, like thou this and thee this. And then he goes, now get thy stuff and get out of here. I was like, that just sounds weird, you know? And as Moses was on the mountain, God says, okay, I'm going to walk past you. I'm going to cover you up. You'll probably see my ass, but that's all. I'm like, wait, what? Even before I was like realizing there was something, this just didn't resonate with me. So the fact that this is changing, it doesn't matter now. Because if it's in here, if it's in your heart, it doesn't matter what that book does. You can literally take that book and throw it on a fire, and you're not going to be damned to hell.
No.
If you have a connection to God. It's just a book, and it was corrupted hundreds of years, thousands of years before you even picked it up. So
it sounds to me. People ask me my opinion on it all the time. I say, what do you think it sounds like? I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I'll tell you the facts. It sounds American-ish, as it used to sound British. It sounds American-ish. And what do you mean by American-ish? I mean, everything in it has got fucking American slang in it. The book just has blatant American slang in it, 100%. There's corn in the Bible. Corn is only grown in the Americas. Corn has only ever been domesticated, anthropology 101, in the Americas. You can't have corn in the Middle East unless you had, of course, a flat fucking disc that you could easily travel now in this place, which makes sense now they would have corn over there. But yeah, that would mean that the fucking Middle Eastern people are traveling to the America. People are traveling to the Americas. That would mean that the Roman Empire went to the Americas. Everything's changed now.
And then they sat down on their couches.
Then they sat on their couches, yes. Which is another American thing. So it's American. I keep telling everyone it's got American words in it, man. There's a lot of military law.
Dancing with the moon.
Yeah, see, I always knew that the bears were connected to the moon somehow.
And bears of America. There's no bears in the Middle East, man. Not in our timeline. The bears came from the Americas, also up in Ireland or Scotland at one time, Scandinavia, certain areas. But yeah, another big outside of the desert area. The Abrahamic desert area did not have bears. Now bear is all up in the Bible, man.
Yeah,
all up in the Bible.
They're all over out here. I see them on the chat all the time.
Oh yeah.
You guys think if we donate money to NASA, they will take our shit and put it on the moon?
I would hope
that'd be great. I'm in.
I'm totally in. They put some of my shit on the moon. I would love it.
Well, it says right here, Apollo 11 anniversary. Astronauts left their poop on the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hey, let's do a GoFundMe. Get Eric's poop on the moon.
We should.
We should, right? We should. GoFundMe. Let's get our poop on the moon.
Poop to the moon. Yeah, we should do a GoFundMe, Eric.
This is why I love this show. We had some good information. Now people can tune out for a while.
We can appeal
I'll tell
to
you what, I will create a fund and have it up on the show Thursday so we can get our poop on the moon.
get our poop on the moon, Eric. I want my poop on the moon too, but I want in on this. I want at least one fucking turd on there.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
I mean, we came up with it. It should be all four of us should get some crap.
Yeah, everyone throw a little turd action in there.
Actually, Bob, we're gonna meet Silly Fan Man for real, so we'll get all three of our poop together.
Yeah,
that's
true.
'Cause I don't know. Now, Voynich could send us his poop through the mail, but that's up to Voynich.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
We'll wait for that day. We'll wait for the day that we'll have a fresh sample from him. The day it's going to be launched.
Yeah, my wife never watches these, and I'm glad she doesn't now.
Hey, Voynich, it's up to you if you want to send us your poop in the mail.
Can you imagine passing by that GoFundMe account? You're like, you just want to throw some money out to help some people out. Wait, they're actually getting money to have their poop sent to the moon.
And we're not doing a collection when we meet. I'll just send it to you. You guys figure that out. I don't need a collection here. We're good.
We have to go. We have to go talk to. Besides Tom Cruise, we need to get him out of the way and go talk to fucking Elon Musk and see if we can get our bear shit on, or get our human shit on the moon.
You know what I like? I think it was a few days ago we talked about pee in here, and everyone was irritated. Good luck with this one.
It always goes back that direction. I think it started with the Bobono monkeys and the same size rectums, and then the resistance to the HIV virus, all the way down to putting shit on the moon. Yeah.
All right, so I got something new. All right, oh, go ahead, Eric. You want to say something more?
No,
On this?
say it.
Because I just this topic's getting a little shitty. So, here's something I'm curious about.
Please.
If anybody can tell me if they've experienced this, but my wife noticed the other day, my eyes they're a beautiful, beautiful brown, but they're now turning blue.
What?
On the outside, and they're slowly changing blue.
No.
And the reason I bring this up is I was on a stream and we were talking about Moneybags, who, again, he was one of the first people that I found Mandela Effect from.
He was.
He's sort of the OG about it.
He was.
It was Moneybag 76.
One of the
My hand
pioneers.
to God. That was his name. And now, of course, he's Moneybag 73. So that was weird. But someone in the chat, when I was talking about how his name changed, they said his eyes have changed from brown to blue to them. So then I thought, well, that's interesting. And then I heard, now, of course, Hitler's eyes
Blue.
changed from brown to blue. So I'm wondering if this is something, or because my eyes right now, I mean, I can't get them close enough to this camera, but they are changing. There's a blue ring around them, and I can prove it. I mean, you could see it, and it wasn't ever there before. And so, is this a thing now, or all our eyes turning blue
I
the
saw
more
that.
we wake up?
I saw that. I had a control. I had a control from way back in 2016. This person always put their eyes up on the camera. I was literally watching as the hands were all going, oh, your fucking eyes have changed in color. Went from like a brownish to a golden to a green to a blue green. I said, holy shit. And then I started watching other girls. I look at the women, I look at the guys' faces, and look at the gals' eyes were all starting to change. And I was like wondering, now this is where I got like, do you have an RH negative ancestor in your, because they would be blue eyed, they'd be blue or whatever eyed, blonde haired, blue eyed, red haired, whatever, in your gene pool. And then the majority of them said, yes, they did. And they were the ones I noticed that the eyes had changed, no matter what their ethnicity or their eyes were getting bluer. I was like, I wonder if that gene turned on. That gene turned on, that blue-eyed gene from way back grandma, from the RH negative line. It somehow turned on. To me, it was like one of the early theories I had that it was a sign that you had a RH negative gene ancestor gene. It turned on, and your eyes changed color. It was a guess. Yeah. Don't take it to the bank. But I was noticing that people that said they did have an ancestor that was RH negative, they were the ones with their eyes changing green or greenish to bluish, brown to green to blue. It was weird, really beautiful eyes.
Yeah.
Mine are
just interesting because I'm working on now. I'm trying to see if I can do without these things because I believe in this
do
thing
it.
fix things. So, but now that I've been concentrating on it, and all of a sudden my wife yesterday says my eyes are starting to turn blue. So I don't know. I obviously don't know how any of this works.
Blue eyes, Bob. Blue eyes. We have blue eyes. He's talking to us.
Mine went real
His
blue.
eyes are changing blue. It's it's us.
Yeah, mine went real blue. Mine went like fucking.
I'm waiting for the beard.
Maybe Voynich's eyes gonna start turning blue now.
You turn his brown eyes blue.
He's like Samson though with that hair. Don't ever cut it, man. You know.
Hopefully Voynich is alive. Voynich, are you alive? Are you still there? Or are you trying to poop in a bag and send it in the mail?
Yeah, are you mailing this?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. But I think, I just came to the conclusion that it is too thin at the moment. So I got to send it in a plastic bag and not just an envelope. So I got to try again.
This whole conversation explains exactly why everybody was obsessed with toilet paper. Toilet paper. See, it all goes back to
Bob. It's people ran out of toilet paper so they could poop in a real bag. So we actually have real poop to send to the moon.
Well, didn't the Martian, the movie The Martian, did he grow potatoes with poop? Right.
And what does this say that my eye color normally just changes? I never heard of that.
Well,
but from brown to blue is weird to me. That's a weird change.
They do change, but not an adult. When you're
different color seems weird to me.
But I've seen adults change. Adults don't change eye color unless they get a fucking injury. And also the limbo ring. It's called a limbo ring. And only infants had that. Only infants had that. In fact, it's a beautiful part of a person's face. Is the limbo rings make your eyes look gorgeous. But adults lost them. Once you hit teenage years, they're gone.
Well, I think mine are growing back.
Well, what they were doing in our time in Sagittarius arm, we would have called it that. They had contact lenses were coming out with specific limbo rings to give you a youthful look because they were for youths only, and adults didn't have them. We all have them now. Like we are fresh, brand new fucking clones and babies at that. And now we all have the baby limbo rings. These are for little children. These aren't for adults. But I think I lost mine, but we have them.
Somebody's still saying Caucasian eyes change color with age. So again, I'll look into this. Yeah. But to me, it just seems like I can see that. Let's say you got dark brown, it goes to light brown. But to go from brown, dark brown, to blue, a light blue, or a dark blue, that just seems odd. It just may be something I know nothing about.
No.
This is the first I'd heard about it, and other people are saying. And lighter colors is one thing, but a completely different color to me is odd.
I saw it because we were all at one time. It was like 2018. Everyone kept we were doing a thing about the eyes because your eyes are like hexagon now. They're not round. If you look at them, they're hexagon, like hexagon. And then you have the dark limbo ring around the hexagon. And so everyone kept sticking their eyes in the camera it was a period of time where we're all sticking our eyes in the camera doing that research way back. And I noticed the eye colors I was looking at the gals, they kept changing. Either I was like, they're changing with the shifts. I don't know, but they were changing from, they were darker eyes to lighter and lighter and lighter eyes. Become really gorgeous. Eyes are starting to become like, oh my God. Your eyes are great. They glow. Some people's eyes are glowing at some point. It's kind of cool. Yeah. And hexagony looking and all that weird shit with all the new muscles because of the backbone. The backbone with all the new tendons and muscles all over the back of it. It's adhered to the bone.
We got
an alternate universe.
We got an ultra universe. Silly man. What the hell?
You guys me?
What the hell?
What was that?
Did you do that?
No. Another square came up with Silly Fan Man, so I just clicked on it. Like I was thinking maybe he lost connection and did another one, but we had two of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Today it just shuts down. Like everything just shuts down. I have to keep restarting it. So
yeah,
that is crazy. But hey, we did hit that 2-hour mark, and I got a construction guy outside. But so we're gonna end the show. But this Thursday is the day that we're gonna talk about Bob's airplane. What plane is it, Bob? We're talking about
B-29.
B-29, and how that plane is also related to the Millennium Falcon. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. I love everybody. I apologize for our original guest not able to make it. I don't know what happened, but you know, it is what it is, right? Show still must go on. I still think it was fun.
Oh yeah, great.
I'm happy that Voynich and Sling Fan Man kind of jumped in when our guest didn't jump in. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. We're going to make this show no matter what. So, and this Saturday, if you live in the Washington area, Mark Sargent is having a flat earth meetup in a park in Berrien. What's that park called? I can't remember.
It's on his channel.
It's on his channel. Seahurst Park. It's something. It's in Berrien. If you type in Berrien, it's not a big town. They only got like 1 or 2 parks anyway.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Saturday. But Silly, did he ever say what time that starts?
Oh yeah.
One person said 3, then another person said 5. And I need to know because it's also my daughter's birthday that day. So
and she's 13. 13.
She's turning 13 that day.
She's 13.
I'll look real quick. If someone hasn't already, I'll look real quick while you're talking. So just keep talking.
So I still think today was fun. I think we talked about everything, and
blast.
I will open a FundMe account. I'll show it on Thursday. Our shit in space. Listen, dude, there's FundMe accounts for the most stupidest shit in the world. At least our FundMe account is a real account to get our shit in on the moon if it's real.
Well, remember, you can't go spending that money. It's got to go to the
moon.
Okay, wait. The thing is what if there's a problem? You're not allowed to do it. You know, send excrement. They won't do it. What if we come up with something else too? Just think about it. I do love the idea of our poop, but
if NASA won't take our poop, we'll donate the money to a charity of our choice.
There you go. There you go.
Of our choice. We'll pick the charity, but we're gonna force NASA to either take our shit,
at least discuss it. At least
discuss it. If they don't, then we'll pick a charity.
I like that.
So I looked at his thing, and it doesn't give an exact time, but there's a little video on there, and you can contact him either by email or phone. So
it is Seahurst Park. It is called Seahurst.
Okay.
Yeah, I just looked at it. Though it doesn't say an actual time.
So, all right. Well, we're gonna end the show. I want to thank everybody for coming on. It was fun, and like always, we'll see you Thursday.